They're known in Japan as grass eaters, and as the name suggests, this emerging generation of young men are shunning traditional notions of masculinity in favour of more gentle pursuits such as shopping, eating sweets and personal grooming. Many grass eaters say they're simply trying to avoid the life of salaried drudgery endured by their fathers and grandfathers. But some fear the feminisation of young men is sapping Japanese society of its vitality and energy. And many young women, desperate to find a mate, say unless these men toughen up, Japan's marriage and birth rates will continue to plummet. North Asia correspondent Mark Willesee reports from Tokyo.
For centuries, Japanese manhood has been defined by brute strength and a bloodied sword. From the fearsome samurai to the formidable sumo. By the 20th century, the self-sacrificing soldier had become the pinnacle of Japanese masculinity. Then came the rise of the corporate warrior, the salaryman who conquered the world. But a new century has brought a new generation of men, one that prefers self-indulgence over self-sacrifice.
I
look after my hair and my clothes. It's part of my daily routine. It's natural for me. I like to take care of my appearance.
Radio producer Kohei Takizawa is what the Japanese call a Soshoku Danshi, or a herbivorous man. Known also as grass eaters, this generation of men has shunned traditional Japanese concepts of masculinity for a more feminine persona. Market researcher Megumi Ushikubo is the author of a popular book called The Herbivorous Ladylike Men Are Changing Japan.
These men are mainly in their 20s. They have no aspirations for love or material wealth or professional promotion. They like spoiling themselves with things like men's cosmetics. They're not interested in sex at all.
Megumi Ushikubo says surveys suggest that 2/3 of Japanese men in their 20s are grass eaters. Yusuke Otsuka's passions are sweets and strawberry tea. The 29-year-old marketing manager is proudly single. His relationship with workmate and shopping companion Misa Oka is entirely platonic. Otsuka believes the rise of the grass eaters is the result of a generation of young men watching their salaryman fathers live a life of corporate drudgery.
The salaryman generation had a conventional Japanese life. They got married at a certain age, had children at a certain time and saved all their income. My generation wants to create a different life.
Theirs is a life of hair salons, shopping, manicures, and now all-girl bands catering exclusively for hysterical male fans. Across Japan, so-called female idol groups are on the march, and they've quickly won a following of screaming single men. But sociologists argue that some of these guys are taking the girl theme a little too far. Masayuki Tsuchiya is the president of Wish Room, a company that makes bras for men.
So far, we've sold 8,000 men's bras in 14 months. Our customers are mostly in their 30s and are stressed out. They are nagged at by their bosses. One customer told me when he wears the bra, it makes him calm.
The company denies that its customers are cross-dressers, saying Japanese men simply want to get in touch with their inner woman. But this brouhaha over bras underlines a serious problem for Japan, the country's plunging birth rate. By the middle of this century, the population of the land of the rising sun will have shrunk by 30 million.
The amount of sex young men are having is declining, so obviously this has an impact on the birth rate.
But for herbivorous men like Kohei Takizawa, things like clothes take precedence over kids.
The falling birth rate is a problem for Japan. I know I should help tackle the issue, but when I think about it, I'm not positive about getting married and having children.
But many young women are very positive about tying the knot and having kids. Kazue Fukunaga is one of them.
Men have their own lifestyles and hobbies now. They show no interest in love at all.
For decades, this shrine has been a beacon for Japanese women seeking love. But with the rise of the so-called herbivorous man, more and more young women are finding their prayers are going unanswered. A recent survey found that 1/3 of Japanese men aged between 20 and 34 had never even had a girlfriend, because most weren't even interested. Kazue Fukunaga has tried everything to meet Mr. Right, even prayer.
I'm here at the Daijingu Shrine to pray for a partner. This is the second year for me to come here. I feel I am becoming a carnivorous woman.
For grass eater Yusuke Otsuka, carnivorous women can wait. It's time for a trim at his salon. He feels no pressure at all to give up his lifestyle and to help arrest Japan's declining population.
These days, many different ways of thinking have emerged, so getting married and having children isn't the only pleasure in life. I want everybody else to have children, but I'm not so sure I want them myself.
For this growing tribe of Japanese men who have no interest in women, life isn't about conformity, but choice, even if that has dire consequences for the country.